also we will do it on Insta as well. Get on the gram. So, what's up, guys? Happy Saturday. Finally, the weekend. I say that like I have weekends off. I don't. Actually, we were supposed to go to the national park today. We were supposed to get a little boat across. And last night I said to Cam, like, are we going to the national park tomorrow? And he was like, probably not. I haven't got time. So that's sad, but it is what it is. And we actually leave here Thursday. So we haven't got like a ton of time to do anything really. But when I woke up this morning, he said that he'd planned some stuff. So if we get all of our work done, we get to have some fun later. So fingers crossed, isn't it? All right, so usually Saturday is quite busy, but so it's quite quiet today. Maybe it's the wrong kind of time. Is it too early, too late to people? I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to, after diet, talk to you guys about something that I used to be quite scared of, and now I do regularly. If I don't do it, then I know I'm not making any progress in anything in my life. So when I was younger, growing up, I thought the thing to do was to go to college, go to uni. Let me just turn the sound off. Go to college, go to uni, get a job, get a house, all the things, like get married, have kids, like do all the things. And I thought that was the way to go. And I'm saying that because I want you to think about the time that we put into these kinds of things. So, for example, uni, right? You have to go to college first, which is like 2 years, and you have to get good grades. Then you have to go to uni, which is like 3 years plus. I did a 3-year one. And then after that, you're supposed to like get this job in that field. Sometimes you do a master's, of course, it's a few years extra on top. But we spend a lot of time doing just that, getting into this momentum of like, this is what we should be doing. And we spend a lot of money, right? Like, how much is uni? I don't know if any of you guys like went and spent a ton. But it's like tens of thousands of pounds. Even if you have a grant, obviously if you get a loan, you've got to pay it back anyway. But we throw the money at the university like it's nothing. We're like, yeah, I'll probably get a job after this, or this is what everyone else is doing. So let me just throw, 20, 30 grand at this university for me to get a certificate that I'll never use ever again in my life. I don't really know many people who went to uni to study something and then got a job in that in the end. Let me know if you are one of those people. I want to meet you. So my degree is in visual effects, 3D design and concepts. So it's basically computer game design and 3D computer modeling. So that's my background. Animation, games, concept art, basically for products and stuff. So that was my background. Then I went to uni again and I did a master's in education. So I got my teaching qualification. And then I taught for a couple of years. And then I went into the world of marketing, and here I am doing fitness. Not very, not very regular. I went around the houses a few times, but the amount of money that I spent and the amount of time that I spent doing qualifications that have nothing really to do with what I do today, to be honest. I mean, the teaching one kind of helps because of the psychology behind it, but I spent a lot of time and a lot of money trying to figure things out, trying to figure myself out, I guess, my life, to where I want to be. Now, what are you saying, Faye? What does this got to do with weight loss? I'm getting that. So when I went into start my own business, I know one person loosely that owns their own business. I don't know many people. I'm not close to anyone who runs their own business. So when I started mine, I was basically starting from scratch. So it's not like I could like reach out to this. I suppose I could have reached out to her, but we're not close enough for me just to like hang out with her and ask her to help me with business and what I should be doing. And also like her business is like a completely different realm to mine. So she does physical products, I do digital services or online services. So a completely different setup. So I didn't have anybody that I knew that I wanted to, that I wanted to get to. I didn't know anyone in the position where I wanted to get to, is what I'm trying to say. So I didn't have the skills, I didn't have the knowledge of how to get there. So for a couple of years, or for a few months, really, it wasn't a couple of years, a few months, I tried to figure this out by myself. I did a load of courses, and bear in mind, my background is in business development and marketing. So I've already got like a pretty decent knowledge base to start off with. So I started trying to figure all this stuff out by myself, how to set this up. I asked a couple of people in the personal training space, but again, it's not the same as running an online business, setting it up and all those kinds of things. But then I decided, I've wasted so much time, not just at uni spending 30 grand, not just in college spending how much I spent in college, and that's 5 years of my life gone. Now I'm kind of like bobbing around here, not knowing what I'm doing. Kind of know what I should be doing, but don't know how to get there. Know where I want to be, don't know how to get there. And so the only way, there are two ways. There are two ways you can get to where you want to be. You can not get there. That's also another option. But if you want to get somewhere, for example, you want to lose weight. For me, it was setting up this business and running a successful business. There are two ways. You can either figure out yourself, which takes time, or you pay someone who already knows how to do it, money, right? So you're either paying time or you're paying money. Only one of those things you can't get back. Time. You can get money back. You can get, you can earn money back. It's forever out in the world. Money never disappears. It's always gone to someone else, or it comes back to you. Time, gone. Cannot get a refund. Hey, can I get a refund on my time in university, please? I'd like my 3 years of my life back. Doesn't happen. Okay, so you gotta pay to play. You've got to surround yourself with people who have been where you want to be and are above you. So I'm not saying go to like Sally down the road who lost 10 pounds because she did keto or Herbalife and she starved herself. I'm not saying do that. I'm saying go and speak to someone who has got the knowledge to help you understand your body and how you need to get to where you want to be. Not a generic meal plan. We can all copy and paste those, like I've said before. You want to pay me 50 quid, I'll get a generic copy and paste meal plan for you, and I can sell it to you, and then bye. See ya. Thanks for 50 quid. Good luck. Hopefully this works. But instead, I don't do that because I'm not a sleaze. But what I do is work with people to get them to their goals. So come back to my story, my personal life here. Because running an online fitness business, right, is not just, oh, you need to just like set up an app. Oh, great, yeah, thanks. No, you got to get your finances in check. You've got to get your knowledge in check. You've got to use an app. Well, you don't have to. We use an app. You got to understand the logistics, the marketing, the client retention, how to build a good service, how to actually coach people, what works well and what doesn't. And for this, I did a lot of market research. What's that mean? It means I spent a lot of money paying someone else to coach me so I could understand, what do I like? What do I not like? What do I want more of? What would I want less of? And so this allows me to refine our business. And then that's just the training part, right? That's nutrition and training part. That's the client service part. On top of this, then, like I say, you have to have like the business knowledge behind it, right? Like how to scale a business. It's different having like a one-person shop, like I started with, to having a team, an international team, to where we are now, international clients. It's a completely different ball game. So I need people around me who have done it and can answer my questions for me. And do you know what? Those people are busy. Those are busy people. They're not just hanging around being like, oh yeah, anyone want some free help? I'll just, yeah, I've got nothing better to do with my life. I only own a multi-million-dollar business, but I've got nothing better to do. Anyone want some free help? No. They are busy, busy people. You have to pay to play. You have to get a seat at that table. You have to earn a seat at that table so that you can speak to them. And sometimes, that is, you do them favors. Not those kind of favors, dirty, but you do them favors. You give them stuff. You give them value, add value to their life. And although you're probably like, well, how can I add value to like a multi-millionaire's life? Well, it could be anything. It could be that you give them something. You give a free training to their clients, to them. You take them on a round of golf, like wherever it's going to be. You pay to play. You get in there, you spend some time. I know one of my coaches once took I don't know how much it was, like in the tens of $1,000s, like $30,000, helicopter plane trip with a really famous person to get 2 hours of their time. Spent thousands of dollars to have one-on-one for the trip. So this guy, Pedros, was going like a 2-hour flight, and this guy, my old mentor, paid like $20,000-$30,000 just to spend 2 hours with that person, to pick their brain, to ask them questions. So this is the thing. I'm going to shut the door because these dogs are going to go to my head in. There we go. And the other one is open. But we'll see. We'll see if he shuts up. But this is the thing, guys. There is a difference between pissing money away and investing money. And I've spoken about investments the other day. I was talking about compound interest. I was talking about the other day investments. But now we're talking about a different kind of investment. So I have paid to play. I have paid to be at events across the world, to speak to people who are better than me. I have spent time traveling. I've spent time being on masterminds. I've given time to people so that I can be in different people's worlds. I want to show up and I'll be like, hey, remember me? Hey, remember me? Hey, remember me? And I want to be the best I can be. And if I want to be the best, I have to learn from the best. So I'm in masterminds. I'm always developing myself. And like I said, I spent, 20-30 grand for uni, something like that, is it, guys? Probably something like that. So there's like a basic salary, right? There's a salary for someone, pretty much. I've also invested in our business growth since we've started the business. I've probably spent over 30 grand on coaches, on mentors, on people telling me what the fuck to do and what the fuck to avoid, because I don't need to spend any more time. I don't need to waste any more time guessing, should I be doing this or should I be doing this? Testing it, maybe putting money into this thing, going, yeah, this is it. And then 6 months later, finding it flopped. And my mentor, probably, he's an asshole. he would say, well, I told you not to do that. But if I don't have him on my side, how do I know what I'm supposed to do? I don't. So I waste time. I waste money. So this is the thing. I think a lot of people are like, I don't want to spend money on whatever it's going to be, a coach, a degree, a mentor, a mastermind, like wherever it's going to be. A lot of people don't want to spend money on it, but they're happy to spend money on takeaways, on nights out, on, ironically, things that are going to stop them from getting to their goal. That's weird. That's funny. And I really want you guys to think about the difference between investment and spending. Let me just check my Instagram here. Investment and spending. So spending is when you don't get something back from a commodity like a car, right? You could say a car is an investment because it helps you get to work or wherever, but you need a brand new car which costs £300-400 a month. It's like rent. Not rent, sorry, mortgage. Do you need that much of a car? Or was your like old car which worked, it just didn't look very nice, was that okay to kind of get by, and you could have invested that money into something else, into a new qualification to get a better job. So you could then get a car that served its purpose, something like that. And that's the thing, with weight loss as well. People want to lose the weight, they want to build the muscle, but they're like, I don't want to actually like spend time tracking my macros. I don't want to actually like go to the gym. Or they say, this is funny. As soon as I've hit my goal, I'm not going to go to the gym again. I'm like, good luck, you're fucking not going to get there. You're not going to stay there for very long. So that's the attitude. And we need to reevaluate what we actually want and how we're going to get there. Has Sally down the road lost that weight and kept it off? Has she been happy? Or has she had to sacrifice? She's got no energy. Or maybe she's fine, but you've tried it and it's gone to shit. Right? You need to think about it. What do you want out of life? Do you want to spend time? Do you want to spend money? I meet with my mentor once a week, at least. I normally get on call with them twice a week, actually, generally, sometimes 3 times. So 3 hours a week, or 2.5 hours a week, I spend with my mentor. Well, I don't spend it, I invest it. I invest into my mentor along with the 30K that I also paid. So is it that I spent 30K, I spend 2.5 hours a week, or have I made that money back and I've gotten to where I need to be? Or have I not made it back? That is the question. But I know that if I hadn't invested it, if I hadn't put that money towards someone who knew where I needed to go, what I needed to do to get to where I want to be, I would still be where I was a year ago or 6 months ago. And I could figure out myself. I like to think I'm fairly switched on. I'm a big growth person. I like to learn. But why do I need to learn the mistakes myself? I'd rather pay to learn from someone else's mistakes and not make those mistakes myself, financial or body or wherever it's going to be. So you need to pay to play, guys. You need to, or you figure out yourself. You pay in time or you invest in finance. I think that's really important. And again, who you get the information from, who you get that knowledge from, that course, that meal plan, wherever it's going to be. And I think also that the amount that you spend matters, right? Let's be honest. If you said to me, I want to go on holiday, Faye, and I was like, right, okay, no problems. £500, sort you out. And you're like, oh, that's a lot. Who here thinks £500 is a lot for a holiday? I go, that's a lot. But what I didn't tell you is that it's a month, all inclusive, in the Maldives, and you also get to take all your family. That's what you get for £500. Like, fuck yeah, that's well worth it. Or you paid me £500. I'm like, here we go. Here's a tent. Go and pitch up in my back garden. You're like, oh fuck, like a waste of money. So you really need to think about the value of what you're getting versus the price of what you're getting. Does that make sense? Value versus price. So what are you going to get out of it? That is vitally important. I think that's something to look out for when you're looking to work with someone. And another mistake that you can learn from me, cost me about 12 grand, but I'll tell you this mistake. Make sure you like the people and make sure, or the person, and make sure you get on with them and their vibe and their message, because that is an expensive mistake that I made a couple of years ago. I did meet a couple of friends out of it, but I joined a coaching group, and well, let's just say it didn't end pretty. I didn't like the vibe. Basically, they were telling me everything that I could have. When someone had a question, I knew what they were going to say before they even said it. And that's not me being like, I know what they were going to say. It's because they repeated the same thing no matter what the fucking problem was. It was mindset. It's like, oh, my marketing's crap. They're like, oh, it's your mindset. My clients are leaving. It's your mindset. Like, fuck me. Like, there's only so much mindset stuff you can do Sometimes there are actual problems in the business or your systems that need to be fixed. And the same with you guys with weight loss. When you're like, oh, I need to lose weight, I just keep dipping out motivation. Well, is it that you're lacking motivation, or is it that the method that you're using is not correct? Is there an error in your system that you need to fix? Is it that you're trying to eat as little calories as possible instead of fueling your body? Is it that you're doing a shit ton of workouts? Are you eating not very good food and lots of it, or not enough of the actual good food? So there's all these questions that you need to think about. And then, of course, there's, for you guys, not for me so much, but there's like hormones and metabolism and all that kind of stuff that goes into it. So can you figure this shit out by yourself? Yes. I did it. I did it for me. It took 10 years. So it took 10 years and I was working in the field also, right? So if it's taken me 10 years of doing this, how long is it going to take you? Like I say, I have the luxury of working in it full time for about 2.5, 3 years. So 7 years of part time, right? So say you guys are working full time, you're like, oh, I'll learn about this in my time off. Also, I don't have kids, so I didn't have that responsibility. I wasn't going out. I was like just revising, learning, reading studies, reading research. I was doing all this stuff by myself in my own time on top of my full-time job. So if you have got that time, if you've got the bare minimum, let's say you've got 6 hours free a week to study intentionally with no distractions. And obviously, you've got your time for the gym, you've got your time for meal prep. So what's that? Another 6, 12, 15. Let's say you've got 20 hours to spare a week, right? That you're going to be like, this is going to be Project Me. I'm going to learn all about my nutrition, what works for me, what doesn't work for me. I'm going to learn about my macros, my hormones, and all this kind of stuff. Great. I've got 20 hours a week, plus my full-time job, 40 hours a week, plus I need to sleep. And then if you've got nothing else, and you've got about 8 years, well, actually more than 8 years, because it's taken me 10. Probably if you've got 12 years and you're happy to do that, perfect. You could probably do it, guys. If you've got that commitment for 12 years, you've got that time for 12 years, you're not planning on having a holiday or getting sick or taking some time off or having a busy period in work, that is the best thing you could do. Like, learn it yourself. Or if you're in a shortcut and you want just to be told what to do, learn it directly, what applies to you, what doesn't apply to you, and how to actually make it work. Pay to play. I would rather spend money than waste time. I would rather invest money than waste time into anything in my life. And that's why I've spent, I dread to count it all, at least a salary, at least a full-time salary into investing in our business. And that's just on mentorships and coaches, right? Obviously, there's other things that we spend money or invest into for the business, like our business trips. They obviously cost like $1,000 plus for a ticket, and then the flight out, which is about $1,000, and then the accommodation and the food when we get there, another $1,000. We do this a couple of times a year. So there's thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars that we invest into the business so that we can help our clients get to where they need to be. It's not about us, it's about getting the clients to where they need to be. So if you've got that money, you want to fly to these events, meet these big people, learn, ask questions. If you've got 12 plus years and 20 hours a week, you can do it yourself. If you want to be told what to do by someone who has done it for years, got tons of mistakes they can pass down to you, then that is the best way. Hey, Scott, how's it going? We're talking about the difference between spending and investing in life. Yes, I know. Oh, indeed. So that's it, guys. That's all I got to say, really. I was pondering because yesterday we spoke to one of our mentors, and we've got another meeting for like, the CEO of the business in a couple of weeks. And I was thinking, God, the amount of mistakes that I would have made if it wasn't for my current coach saying, probably like, let's not do that. Let's put that on the back burner for now. Let's move away. Watch the cortisol. I know, and that's it, Scott. If I don't have a mentor to help me, tell me what not to do, essentially, I'd be wasting time. And that for me stresses me out. I hate wasting time more than anything. Hate it. I hate it. I would rather be super productive, which is why I do these. I get ready and I record. I do these lives at the same time, because otherwise I have to do something. I have to do like this kind of live later on in the day, which means I'm doing my makeup and not being productive with that time. So invest in that time into being as productive as possible so I don't get stressed out. So that's it. You missed it, Scott. You were about 25 minutes late, but don't worry. Right, that's it from me today. Have a lovely Saturday. Learn from my mistakes, learn from my clients' mistakes. Go onto my page, follow, go through, ask questions, join the group, ask questions. There's thousands of people in there, and hopefully you will get some answers that you want. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will speak to you tomorrow.